In this episode, we'll revisit some of the great places we've been to.
Like the Beef Palace,
Nakamura Acupuncture,
Share My Coach,
Old World Village,
Slater's 50/50,
and we'll visit Pedego Bikes in Huntington Beach.
all this and more, so buckle up.
Because you're watching WOW!
Hello and welcome to this special episode of Wow, That's an OC. I'm Danny Hitt.
And I'm Anna Chapman. And Danny, isn't every episode of WOW special?
Well, yes, but this one's a little extra special because, well, as you can see, we're here in the studio this time instead of outside on location. And we'll be revisiting a few of the places we've been to before and giving the folks at home a little insight about the show.
Plus, we'll be visiting an all-new place, Pedego Bikes in Huntington Beach, which was one of the most fun shoots we've ever done.
Ah, indeed it was. But first, let's take a look at the very first time you and I worked together. Anna, do you remember where that was?
Well, yes, of course. We had joy, we had fun.
We had Seasons in the Sun?
And some schnitzel and kraut too, now that I think about it. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's take a look back as Danny and I invade Oktoberfest at Old World Village.
Wow.
That says wow.
Wow.
That
This goes
was
back
amazing.
to our beginnings, our
It
roots.
does, our very first shoot. Oh.
What were you expecting? Since this was like our first time working together.
Oh, what was I expecting? I never been to this place, so I didn't know what to expect, but it met all my expectations. It exceeded them.
Cindy Costco runs the marketing for Old World Village and is the co-director of the yearly Oktoberfest event.
This was our first time, but all I was super excited about was like this kind of stuff, you know, meeting people, eating food.
Right.
And I think there's a wiener dog race coming up, maybe.
That's right. Joining us now is Cindy Costco. Cindy, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How
Good.
are you?
I'm doing very well. I guess I should have said Guten Tag, right?
Guten Tag.
Yeah, Guten Tag. So this place is
First time interviewing someone in like Lederhosen.
Well, Old World Village has been here since the late 70s, and we are proud to say we are in Huntington Beach. We have a very unique center here. We've got a shopping, dining, art, and entertainment.
And
Look at that horn.
that's the Ricola man right
It's
there.
long.
Nothing like
It's really
that.
long.
We are also one of the first places here in Huntington Beach to have commercial and residence, and so we're mixed use development, which is now you're going to be seeing that all over Huntington Beach. So we're proud
Wow.
to say we're the first.
A
Did
delicatessen.
you go to the there's a like a European deli there? Did you check that out
Yeah,
afterwards? That place was amazing.
I did. It was amazing. Well, because you know, meats, anything with lots of
Meats.
pretty good.
I walked in there, I said, give me all the meats. And they just pointed to the back.
And this, and this.
How important is that German tradition?
I think it's very important. I think that here in America we have so many different types of people and so many different backgrounds, and I think it's really important to keep your tradition alive in your family because that's where you came from.
Absolutely.
And to know your roots is something important.
That's great. Now you mentioned
No, your
family.
hair, it's
How
very
much of
long
a
there.
family That's is- changed,
Mine
right?
is shorter.
Wow, look at that.
well,
We're
for
kind of
us,
like
and
flip-flopping
We
there.
did.
Yeah. Well, back then, the wigs I was buying for myself back then, it was a different wig supplier than the
than
wigs
now.
than the wigs I'm wearing now.
Don't they look
Yeah.
fabulous?
Right? It's my new wig. I'm really curious about German food.
Okay.
Now, what kind of foods do we have here? What would you expect? That's traditional German dishes.
All right, well, typically in Germany for breakfast, one doesn't really eat eggs and bacon, that sort of thing. What they would do is eat
Oh, there's the meat.
Oh, there's the meats.
There it is.
There's the
one of our
meats.
two delis here in the
Delicatessen.
village that do supply that type of thing.
I loaded up on meats that
So
day.
lunchtime is actually
I
dinner time in Germany.
loaded up
Typically,
on
you would see
breads,
people
I think.
eating
Is that, oh, those are
their
sausages. I don't know what I'm looking at.
being one of the most
Breaded
popular
meats.
sour
Dessert.
food dessert. Well, we actually have two places in here that do German desserts.
Okay.
We've got a store right behind us over here that makes an outstanding apple strudel, which is a Hungarian strudel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Va, yeah. How you doing, buddy?
So what he's got on here is it's called Lederhosen. So a lot of kids and people on the farms in Bavaria would typically wear this sort of thing.
Traditional.
Oh, look, did you see?
Pretty
Oh,
resistant to
I had
anything,
boots.
and there's a lot of
Did you have?
mouth-finding and
Do you still have those
I
boots?
still have,
the one in Germany.
speaking
Sure.
of.
So the boys would typically wear Lederhosen.
Oh, hey, there they are.
So Cindy, I heard that here at Oktoberfest, they like to do the chicken dance. Now, can you tell us, is that a German thing or is that an American thing?
It is an American thing. However, it was brought over by a German band that came here in the early 80s, and they had this funny song that they heard. It's actually originated in Holland, and they played the song, and it was just the biggest hit ever, and people requested that song. I mean, we sometimes play that 20, 30 times in a night. Okay.
Oh, she's teaching us the chicken dance here.
All right.
The thing is it's pretty basic, but
Clap, clap.
I appreciated
Right.
it. It was good.
Your little butt.
And then you take your partner and you swing around.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Quack, quack. Wings, wings, wings. Shake it down, clap, clap, clap.
These chairs are conducive to this
Right?
dance.
This is a good chicken dance up in the chair.
I look pretty excited to try this chicken dance.
Now, if you come visit Old World Village, chances are that you too will be swept up in all the excitement of these dachshund races. Oh, that guy stopped. He had something going on in his tail area.
That's right, he did.
He's like, hold this race up.
Hold on.
My tail doesn't feel right.
So what's this guy's name? Rambo.
It was interesting, off on the sidelines, Rambo would sneak up in the other dogs and just take them out instantly.
So that was fun. That he ended up letting us help him,
That was cool.
like, kind of run the show.
Kind of MC, co-MC with him.
That's when we were standing on someone's table and they were not happy with us.
Well, I think it's because I was stepping on their sausage. And believe me, sooner or later, everyone hits the dance floor at Oktoberfest. Hey! You're jamming.
I'm a little bit out of control in that, yeah.
Do I
Yeah,
look dizzy?
I love dancing. Can I just tell you something? I love dancing. So when I just start cracking up, that's just because I'm having so much fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not so much of a dancer, so when you see the tears rolling down
It
my
doesn't
cheeks.
even matter. It was just fun.
Good job! Right there!
Oh yeah. I'm tired now. Must sit down and rest. That's one of the fun things about the show is you never know what to expect.
Right.
That's what I like about the show.
You know, it is fun. I mean, we kind of get an idea. Obviously, we know where we're going to show up and,
Yeah.
you know, what the type of business is or whatever. But, you know, it is the cool part. You kind of get there and meet the owners or the manager and,
Yeah.
you know, just kind of play off of them,
Yeah.
see how open to it they are.
I love, that's one of my favorite parts is meeting new people. People here are awesome.
Oh, they love it, yeah.
That's because they like mostly tend to just go with the flow.
Right.
I love that about Huntington Beach and OC
And sometimes
all
they
the
become
cities.
part of the show, too. We've had a few
Yeah.
people just kind of have jumped in. Now let's take a look at a few places Anna's been to. I'm sure you have some stories to share, don't you?
Oh, I do. So many groovy places I've been to hosting this show.
Now that's a word that doesn't get used enough these days. Groovy.
Yeah, like you're a groovy guy, Danny.
Oh, wow. Well, you're a groovy gal, Anna.
It just flows so well, doesn't it? Groovy.
Yeah. You know what? That's it. Let's turn on, tune in, and drop out, man.
Yes, out of sight. Let the sun shine.
Let the sun shine in.
Man, you really ought to green screen more often.
Oh, yeah.
Huntington Beach is home to the best ukulele shop in all of Southern California. That's not boasting, that's a fact. Island Bazaar is the place where the small, traditional Hawaiian instrument gets some major love.
My first solo shoot.
This is your first solo gig, isn't it?
Shape and size.
This was really cool though.
Were you nervous doing kind of by yourself there?
No,
Yeah.
not really, because I was a teacher before this.
That's right.
So I'm used to standing in front of people and talking and trying to be entertaining.
Popular American classics,
As you can hear, they are awesome. And they've invited me to participate with them in one of their weekly jam sessions. Come on, let's go find out how I do. Look at. And
You're
also,
getting down.
Also be a little bit of a ham. That's the thing. This played into my whole childhood. My dad was a musician, and so he would just have jam sessions with me and my brother.
cool.
And we didn't know what we were doing.
So we were just kind of like carrying the torch, like just kind of
which makes this
The thing about me is I like to admit things, so, you know, I'll just be honest. I don't know what I'm doing.
You know, when I watched this, I totally thought, I was like, oh wow, she really knows how to play. But you said you don't play, right? Yeah.
Fun
Look at you.
things.
You're rocking.
I just look like I'm rocking. I don't know what I'm doing. I was having fun. Shirley, I don't know a thing about playing the ukulele. Could someone like me realistically learn how to play a song in one day?
Well, we could find that out. Let's give it a go.
You know what I was really nervous about?
What's that?
This is gonna sound so stupid and vain. I have double jointed fingers. Did you know that? I will
I
show.
did
I
not.
will
You should
demonstrate.
show how that.
See? They're not
wow.
straight. And I was so nervous when they would be a close-up of my hands,
That they were gonna be
it
like-
would be like, witch hands, you know, just like ugly.
Now, I must admit I was a bit nervous at the start of this lesson, but I found the ukulele surprisingly easy to learn, especially when you're taught by a great teacher.
I guess the nice thing about this show.
That's right.
is I get to try new things.
Keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Be open.
Like playing ukulele. I'll
Ukulele.
just be honest right now too. I get nervous to say ukulele because then
Right.
I feel like people think I know what I'm talking about. So I
you
just
don't?
prefer to sound like a newbie and a novice and say ukulele.
Hey, ukulele.
I learned the ukulele today. Beef. It's what's for dinner and lunch and breakfast too. If Calvin Free, owner of the Beef Palace Butcher Shop here in Huntington Beach, has anything to say about it. And you know, spend a few minutes in here, you might feel the same way too. Come on, let's go check it out. My hair's changed a little.
It has.
I had some bangs.
You guys little
Felt
bangs going
needed
on
that for the Beef Palace.
there. Beef bangs.
Beef
And boy, what a butcher shop this is. It's been in business for over 40 years, and in that time, it's earned a stellar reputation. Mainly because of its owner, Calvin Free, a man who embodies the term larger than life. I mean, just look at this guy. Who wouldn't want to buy their meat from him?
So, one thing I'd like to say right away is you guys got a nice little walkway. We were talking about little mementos and
Oh, yeah?
things, didn't you guys?
Yes!
Right?
I totally forgot.
Totally
to
forgot.
use
I
that.
didn't because I wasn't there for this, so I didn't get
I'm so
anything.
jealous.
I just got to hear what you guys all
He
got.
gave us all like Kobe steaks,
Yes,
which are like
that's right.
super expensive.
Everyone who walks in here seems to know Calvin already, and it only takes him a minute or two to get acquainted with those that don't.
Hello.
He's an actor.
Oh, he is.
He's all dressed up as a cowboy.
Are you an actor? Say hi to the camera. Oh, and here's a gentleman.
It's kind of like what we were talking about. Sometimes the crowd becomes part of the show.
See? It's fun.
The walls of the Beef Palace are filled with decorations, declarations, awards, and photos from Calvin's colorful life, including being crowned Mr. Huntington Beach.
Because
There's Mr. Huntington Beach. But see, it raises more money each year. It raises money each year for local charities.
and Calvin's a fun guy. I've actually seen him in other shoots,
You
like city
can
things.
not be a fun guy and make that face.
Right?
I mean,
This is the round where most of the meat is. The loin section is down below where the porterhouse and T-bone are. There's a flank steak inside here. Yep. And there's a hip bone.
So, you know, you just said you learned that it would be better for people, like
Yeah.
health-wise, like better quality, safer.
yeah, I think, well, because what he was, okay, it's like the places where you can just one-stop shop.
Right.
You get your meat, you get your milk, you get everything.
Yeah.
They're not, you know, as specialized as him. So, and they're not going to have the quality
Oh, for sure.
that he
Yeah.
would have. So,
We try to make it simple.
yeah, that's the best way to go. You learn so much on this show. Seriously.
It has been educational.
Just doing the show, watching the show.
Right.
Don't you learn so much? You do. Right?
It's a 30-minute little package of knowledge.
It is. And we meet new people from the community.
That's right.
Well, I learned a lot. I just was saying that.
You really did learn a lot. You must have really meant
I
it.
must be the same person
Yeah,
as
you-
that person. Nowadays, the term gluten-free has entered the mainstream vernacular, and most people who live by this diet will tell you you might have to sacrifice taste and desserts if you want to keep a strict regimen. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? Well, no, at least not for one woman here in the OC. No, that just wasn't good enough.
I was to say, how excited were you that you were going to a bakery shop there?
I'm super excited. My first time doing a food.
Oh, was it?
special.
This
Yeah,
one? Oh, okay.
yeah. What did you end up doing before you owned this bakery?
I actually worked for, I believe, just over 15 years in engineering, and I loved my job. My boss was awesome, the firm that I worked for was great, and that's when things changed, when my son was born, my little son, my second one. Everything seemed fine, and by about 3 months, he started developing severe eczema all over his body. The eczema was so bad, he would get scabs. We didn't know what was going on. We went to several different doctors, and it took until he was about 10 months old until we got final diagnosis on it. And I did.
I admired her a lot
was
because
really diligent.
not very many moms. Like, I mean, we all try to find, all of us moms, if something's wrong with our kid, we want to find a solution. But she, like, I think she says for like a year, every night, would bake, tweak a recipe, like she's trying to get, because her kid can eat.
And she totally changed careers too, right? I mean,
Yeah, she did.
I mean, baking wasn't her career
Like in a
path.
scientific field.
Was she? Okay.
And then which actually helps with baking.
That's true.
Even after we opened the retail spot, I was still continuing to finesse the recipes and really listen to the customers and figure out, well, what do they need? What are they looking for? And then we just dialed it. And so now we've got Sensitive Sweets, and we've got this great bakery, and it's wonderful.
Oh my gosh,
There
guys.
it is.
There's the
That's the
gingerbreads.
best. I'll just
We
say
have
it.
our
Look at that.
bar, which is
That was a nice little sampler you had that day.
lemon cupcake, double chocolate cupcake, and midnight. We do a lot of different cupcakes. Yeah, midnight's a little bit darker. And these
I will
are
try
all free of the top 8 allergens. So there's no gluten, dairy, eggs, soy, tree nuts, peanuts. None of that in there. Yeah. So it's a cookie brownie blend, and no trans fat, no cholesterol, and it's free of the top 8 allergens.
I think that means happy mouth. I think that means happy mouth.
It's like raising the Happy Mouth roof.
Did you see that little girl back there? Like, what is she doing?
And then we also do a.
Just did it.
So good. This one's awesome.
But I thought, are there gonna be like crumbs?
I liked at one point you were digging the food so much you kind of checked out of the interview and was just consumed by the yumminess.
For all
Try
those
the-
chocolate
do the
lovers out
midnight.
there.
I love
okay.
midnight.
We're doing
That was
midnight
good.
first.
Are you okay with dark chocolate? It's a little bit darker. Okay.
I mean, it's chocolate.
It's chocolate.
I'm down. Okay, I'm going for it.
Go for it. Yeah, it's good. I know, I like that one.
I think for that moment you became something you're not
But
normally.
that frosting didn't taste like the kind you just get at like the most store. Like it's
Well, and that was-
good. It's like fresh.
And that's the nice stuff about her, you know, all her sweet treats there. They're not really overly sweet because that kind of kills it for me too. I don't like, you know, when it's just like, oh, sugar.
Totally.
You know, I like actually tasting the bread of whatever the cake or the, you know, whatever it is. It's so sweet.
Me too.
I think you were paying more attention to the cupcakes.
I was so into it. I had to eat a whole cupcake.
Wow. You kind of had like a Lucy Vitamita Vegemin kind of where it just was like intoxicated by the
I
sweets.
did. I didn't care at that point. I just need a moment.
No problem. Okay. Do you need me to leave?
Maybe.
Okay.
I might. I've had my share of adventures. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Hit?
Nice, nice. As a matter of fact, yes, you have, Mrs. Chapman. Nice ukulele, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I can't claim to be a master of it, but I am an enthusiast. Now, ever since we did that shoot, which was so fun, it's one of the funnest things about this job, wouldn't you say?
You know what? I couldn't agree more. You know what? I always take away a little something from all the places we visit, whether it's a memento or a, you know, nice full belly or just learning something I didn't already know.
Well, speaking of which, let's take a look at some of your own solo adventures. And you know, I think that you've had quite a few full bellies on those, don't you think?
You have no idea. No idea at all. You like that? You know any heavy metal? Yeah! 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 Can a burger ever be more than just a burger? Well, the guys here at Slater's 50/50 think so, with some of their signature creations. You're gonna be impressed with how much stuff I ate that day.
You really did, or he told you to, and now you have to say you did.
Well,
Aha.
just watch the video.
All right, all right.
Play the video.
Well, Citrus 50/50, we opened up our first location in Anaheim Hills about 2 years ago, and we decided to come down to Huntington Beach. We're just waiting for the right opportunity to come where we can get a restaurant and spread it out to the masses.
What's been your favorite thing about Huntington Beach so far?
Huntington Beach is a great town. It's a lot more eclectic, it's a lot more diverse. That you got the beach bums, you have the families, you have the bikers.
Yeah, it was amazing that, I don't know if you mentioned it in the show, but this started from him just selling hot dogs in front of a store, or just kind of like a street dog kind of thing. And
I think it must be hard to start a restaurant because you have to know food and you have to have gifting in that area, but you also have to be good at business.
Right, absolutely.
So that's just so
getting that combination right. So, with that awesome kind of menu that you're offering to people, what kind of reactions you get?
I think those two things that we get the reactions from is the 50/50 burger and that peanut butter and jealousy. Like I said, nobody else does a 50/50 burger, and it's decadent. There's a lot of flavor to it. When you hear ground bacon inside.
Yeah, some of the things they sound like, oh, that's out there, but the flavors.
That's good.
There it is right there. That was it.
Oh, that was the thing. I thought that had the, okay, I haven't had that.
Yeah, it's so good. I know it sounds kind of funky, but it was delicious though.
No, you never know until you try it.
Oh, and if you've ever wondered what a bacon milkshake would taste like, well, if you come here, they have that too.
You know what? Every time I go, I want to try that with the bits of bacon in it. And I'm too full. I just can't.
You just order it with your food and just
do it.
Treat it like part of the meal.
All right.
Yeah. You don't come to a place like Slater's if you're not prepared to throw down the gauntlet.
What are you about to do right now?
Warming up to eat like no one's ever eaten before.
Oh no.
That's kind of my routine.
I like that one with the thumbs up in the air.
Can you tell how out of shape I am?
No.
I was in the zone.
Burger gone like that. Bring the burger. Dessert gone like that. Eat!
Here it comes.
Here it is.
Here comes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's not all of it.
4.
Look at this
5,
feast.
6.
Look at this feast they assembled for me.
That's a lot of stuff.
I ate all that stuff.
You put all that in your little...
All that was...
So if you take your fist and go like this, like that's how big your stomach is.
I'm just going to tell you, those plates were empty by the time this segment's over.
It's all gonna end up in here.
And boy, was I hungry.
You don't seem to have the same fear I did of looking funky on the camera. With food in your face.
I didn't even care at this point.
Nope, you didn't care.
I just let go. I just let go. You got to.
I like how you tuck the napkin into it. That's great.
Ah, yeah. That's rad. Ah. Let's speed this thing up.
You haven't even made a dent. That's how it looks.
Feed me. No. See, the ladies came. They got me through it though.
They came to encourage you.
That's what I needed. I just
Some pretty faces.
This is the best, most supportive and attentive staff. Not only did they give it like the perfect order, but they came over here to make sure I finished this thing.
Are you proud of me? Look at that.
I'm like so proud of you.
Look at that.
Yes.
Is that amazing? Conquered. Kinda.
How we doing here, Danny?
Hey.
Hey, my man. Man, thanks, man.
Nuts.
You promised good food. I promised I'd finish it off.
I gotta be honest with you, I didn't much believe it. That was a lot of food.
Yeah, well, it was a challenge, but I got through it.
Gotta say, I'm pretty.
There's leftovers, Danny.
Oh. Good try.
Yeah, it's valiant effort, Jamie.
Hey, thanks, Scott.
Enjoy your leftovers.
I
huh?
will, man.
All
I will.
right,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Ah, the lap of luxury. It's tough living the good life, but someone has to do it. So why not do it in an RV? Well, the price of one of these things might deter you, but we know a place that'll rent you one of these beauties for a fraction of the price.
I actually have always wondered, because I see people rent RVs.
Yeah.
Like, who do they talk to? Where do they get one of these?
You go to, that's the man right there, Joe Hill, Share My Coach.
That's awesome.
He's the expert on it.
There you go.
That's right. Gets a lot of celebrities that rent from him, too.
Really?
Yeah. He's a pretty well-known location there.
I own this RV, and I'm not using it all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some local neighbors to take me up on a use share idea. So we were selling 5 weeks worth of rental.
That's amazing. So this, literally, what you're doing here is exactly what you did out of your home, off your own driveway, but just much bigger scale now.
Yeah.
On the road again.
That's right. Can't wait to get on the road again.
On the road again. That's the only part of the song I know.
We'll just repeat that over and over.
So I always say when you first get a motorhome, you're not interested in what we're doing. The second year, maybe it kind of passes your mind. The third year, you're kind of thinking about it laying in bed.
Right.
And then the fourth year, driving up down Beach Boulevard here in Stanton trying to find me.
Well, you know, when we first started the Share My Coach, we were actually on the side of the street with a couple of motorhomes. And I always like to tell the story of street sweeping day, you know, because you're in different cities, they all came different times.
So where is this located? What
So this
city?
is in Stanton, right on Beach Boulevard. And you can't miss it. I mean, that gigantic sign, you see it way down the street.
With a diamond on the top.
That's right. Diamond quality service.
Right.
Driving by, I don't know if it's just me. Are these things getting bigger?
Maximum size that you can drive with a regular license, okay? That's called a Class C license, is 40 foot. Now, if you get an endorsement on your license, a Class B or a Class A, you can go up to 45 foot. As far as driving it, you know, it's like a school bus, you know? I mean, anybody can drive a school bus if they're trained.
Right, sure.
And so you have to have the confidence, because if you're really nervous when you're driving one, that's going to make it difficult for you to react and so on.
Right. Have you RV'd before?
Never.
Oh,
No.
it's time
I've
you start.
never driven one.
It's time you start.
I mean, I would love to. That wasn't like I would never do it. That was like I've never tried it. It sounds amazing.
Is this real, Joe?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I always say this is one of my favorite coaches. This is
I can see why.
This is a Monaco Dynasty. It's a 42 foot.
Okay.
And as you heard the doorbell, it has a doorbell.
Has a doorbell.
That would be much more comfortable camping in than a tent.
Right.
I'll
A
just
little
say
bit. It's a little bit.
You
little
get
bit
a
of an
shower?
upgrade.
Is there a shower in there?
There's absolutely a shower. And some of these have showers that, you know, they rival like a fancy home.
No way.
Yeah.
Do they have bathtubs in there?
Some of them actually have little
Oh
bathtubs.
my goodness.
Yeah.
It's way less expensive to have this than a hotel room.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not just about the location, it's about getting there. And if you can go in style like one of these, you just can't beat it.
Are you feeling a little more motivated now to explore the RV camping?
Actually, it's funny that that we were watching this, because a friend of mine was just trying to find something like this.
No, really?
And he had a really hard time, like from those big companies where you see it with the numbers on the side,
right, yeah.
1-800-RENT-ME, you know, type of things. And they were giving him a hard time about insurance. And I bet you he came to him, because he's like, I found this place.
Oh yeah.
Down at the beach, and like he just rents, you know, and it was a great experience.
Probably,
and
totally.
I know.
Yeah. There are plenty of places to have an acupuncture procedure done, especially here in Southern California. But in Westminster, there's a place that people are flocking to, and it's not just because they're highly rated. Now, at this place, acupuncture, it's a family tradition.
Acupuncture.
Mm-hmm. All right? Have you tried it?
I heard you did this. No, I have not. Mike?
I think it's acupuncture. It's accurately puncturing your body. Is what it's. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. But.
Right.
I had to meet the man himself, who some call a miracle worker. Thank you very much for having me in today, Hero.
Well, thank you for being here.
Excited to learn about acupuncture.
And I'm excited to teach you.
Yeah, perfect. You kind of, in a way, almost had it in your genes. You were brought up around it, like you said.
What drives my passion is that I really care about people. I really like helping people. That's been the #1 driving passion, is being able to reach out and either put a smile or brighten someone else's day.
Now, would you be open to try? I think you're going to want to try it after you see this.
Well, let's see. Let's see. I will.
This is our sales pitch to
I'm
you.
watching.
allergies.
Okay, I have open mind.
Open mind, open
of the
heart,
day,
open pores for needles.
All about promoting circulation. The moment the needle touches you, it's going to be doing something. If you bump into cactus needle or prick your finger on the thorn of the rose bush, your body's going to try to automatically heal that, and that's what we're doing with acupuncture. We're just taking advantage of that natural healing response in the body, but in this case, we're trying to marshal it.
Have you ever done it before this?
No.
Oh, your first time
That was
on
my first
camera.
time. Yep.
This will be interesting.
Something that you can maybe do today.
I only cried a little bit.
Give me an example of.
Once the needles started going in, I was
That
like,
sounds
oh,
great. I'd love to try it.
I have 6 different sizes of needles in my office that I work with. We're going to start with this particular size, which is the same as the average thickness of a human head hair.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if it hurts, I will definitely let you know with a squealy yelp.
I want it easier than plucking a hair from your chin.
Easier than plucking hair from my chin. Perfect. See that? I didn't even feel that go in.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's your back. Okay, that's you. Okay.
How was that?
It's not. It is.
Those aren't
Okay,
me.
it's not.
Yes.
Those parts aren't me.
You feel it?
You know, I got to say, at this point, I don't feel like there's anything in me at this point.
I know. It's amazing.
It is. I was looking for the part on my body
We're
map
already working on
that
our
tells me to
7th
stop
one.
eating so much.
Oh my goodness.
Where was that?
Yeah, I never found it.
Couldn't find it.
I'm going to get some electrical stimulation going.
Okay.
Electricity? Is this guy kidding?
I gotta say, the relaxation factor is definitely kicked in already at this point. I'm struggling between falling asleep or remembering that we're doing a TV show.
And so,
What
so we're
is
going to
the
do this
red
first,
and
then we're going
black
to follow it up with some heat.
electro things going
You know when your car battery goes dead?
Yeah.
I fell asleep, so they had to jump start.
Ah,
that was the hookup for it.
explains it.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Many of my patients really, really enjoy this. If you can imagine sitting next to a nice toasty campfire or bonfire,
Okay.
that's the type of feeling that we're going to try to recreate with the Moxa.
You know what's
It
so
makes
cool
it
about that?
hot? Those make it hot?
Yeah, and it feels so cool because you feel the heat, but it's not like an external heat. You feel it like in you, like radiating into you.
What is he about to do?
Yeah. Well, he made s'mores on my back also.
I feel
the heat on my right.
Well, thank you very much for volunteering to be a pincushion today and subjecting yourself to a little bit of lightning and fire.
Oh, my pleasure. This has been just a great experience so far.
All the marshmallows have been lit. You are one big s'more.
Did you fell asleep before that?
I nodded off a little, yeah.
Most amazing massage.
Yeah, is there drool coming down?
Probably. I think I have sleepy face when I come back around.
You know, it's weird. It's almost like it feels so good because I don't even feel anything. Does that make sense? Like everything is just, I'm aware of my body, but yet I don't feel any pains, any aches.
Yeah. Just gotta reset your system.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was trying to say.
You
Is I just felt
clearly
like
look relaxed. You are clearly relaxed.
yeah, it
so.
just felt like that homeostasis kind of happy point.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that you're feeling so much better.
It fixed your problem?
Yeah, I had like a little crick kind of little
you were saying
tweaky
that.
thing here, and yeah.
And the toasted marshmallows did it.
That's the key, folks.
That's the key.
I am totally
Dr.
gelling
Scholes.
like Magellan right now.
Seriously, right?
I totally am, actually.
Everybody is so unique and have their own talents and gift sets, and they're like creating a business to offer, to the community, and it's just really fun.
Kind of how they bring their flavor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Flavor.
Flavor?
Like all the foods we've gotten to try. Top thing about the show, maybe.
You know what? That's actually one of my favorite things. But I mean, we get to really see a cool, slice of Orange County that, a lot of times maybe you would kind of look over.
Yeah.
Certain things you don't.
Absolutely.
Because Orange County, it's not huge, but it's big enough to miss a lot of things.
Yeah.
And
Now, Danny, it's been fun going down memory lane with you today, but there is a new place we visited that we just have to share with everyone.
Oh, most definitely. Now, through the magic of television, we're going to transport ourselves to downtown Huntington Beach.
Yes, thank you, Green Screen Technology. Give us your magic. Where are we, Danny?
I don't know.
Oh, great. I guess this is why we usually do these things on location.
Please hold me. And it wouldn't be nice if the whole world just rode a bike?
Oh, you mean instead of using cars? Sure, pollution would end.
Right, I mean, the environment would improve.
Yeah, we'd save a ton of money on gas.
Oh, my calf muscles would finally become rock hard.
Yeah, what a world that would be indeed, Danny. But you know what? I don't see cars disappearing anytime soon, which is too bad because who doesn't love to ride a bike?
Right? Well, I've never known anyone who doesn't. But
Yeah.
you know what? There is one company who has made it its mission to actually get people to use bikes more. And this company's located right here in the OC.
Oh, really? Well, Of course it is. But now, how are they going to get people to ride bikes more?
You know, put an electric motor on it.
A motor on a bike? Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
Yeah, well, I know what you're thinking, but I mean, wait until you see how a motor on a bike can actually motivate.
Okay. Ooh, look at that over there. We're here with Don DiCostanzo, owner of Pedego Electric Bikes. So, Don, give us a brief overview about Pedego.
Well, essentially, we're in the business of not of bicycles, but of fun. People come down here to experience some fun. So they come down here to go ride at the beach or go ride someplace where they've got hills, and they get on a bike and they can go out and have some fun by not having to pedal as hard or pedal at all if they don't want to.
That's genius.
So awesome.
Isn't that genius?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Now, what was the impetus for starting a company like this? I mean, did it have anything to do with not being able to get up a hill on a bike?
Exactly. I lived at the top of a hill. I love to ride my bike down at the beach, but I never did because I had to ride back up the hill.
Yeah.
And I always thought about riding down at the beach, and it wasn't any fun because I always dreaded that ride home or pushing my bike up the hill. So I discovered electric bikes. I bought one. I bought another one. I bought 6 more that year, and they got me up the hill. And they weren't very good bikes, but they got me up the hill, and I decided there's something to this. And this was about 10 years ago. And so then I began thinking about what about other people. My friends wanted them. So I ended up buying 10 of them or so. And then I opened up a shop in Newport Beach. When I was in the car wash business, I owned 40 car washes. I sold those car washes to start and try to become an electric bike company.
Excellent.
If you told me 15 years ago I'd be in the bicycle business, I'd say you're crazy. I don't know anything about it. And I'm still not in the bicycle business because we're in the business of selling fun. A friend of mine from college, we went to school together and we were best men in each other's weddings, and we were roommates in college. I called him up and said, hey, I have this idea to open up, to create a bicycle brand. And do you know anything about bicycles? He goes, well, as a matter of fact, I do. When I was growing up, my dad and I, we would go around, and he lived in Anaheim, we would go around and find old bicycles and would get all the pieces and would make one good bicycle and sell it. So together with my marketing ideas and his bicycle and accounting skills, we formed Pedego. And that was in 2008. And then in 2011, we opened the first store, which is this store here, Pedego Huntington Beach. So this was the first location. And, you know, people call Huntington Beach Surf City. I call it Beach Cruiser City, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, look around.
You watch everybody riding around, they're all riding on beach cruisers.
Right.
That's right, that's right.
Unfortunately, not everybody has the right energy level necessarily to go ride one and to face the winds or hills, and the electric assist helps them through that process.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell us why someone should rent from Pedego rather than just a regular beach cruiser place.
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with renting a beach cruiser. In fact, if you're 15 or 20 something, it's probably the right thing to do.
That makes sense.
But you know, I'm a little bit older than that, not much, but a little bit, and you don't have the same energy and stamina. And beyond that, you can go a lot further. So you rent a beach cruiser, you might, you know, ride a couple miles that way, find out that there's wind, and you turn around and ride the other way, and then you realize there's a lot of wind and you won't go very far. If you rent an electric bike, heck, you can go all the way to Santa Monica, or you can go all the way down to Newport. We have people who go down and ride in Crystal Cove State Park.
Wow.
And they come back all energized and like they did. And there's actually statistics that tell you that if you have an electric bike, you're going to ride further, and you might in fact get more exercise because you're going to ride further. You may not get that, you know, 20-minute or 30-minute workout, but it's like if you're out for 3 or 4 hours and you're moving your legs, you're going to get, you'll burn more calories and you probably get more exercise than if you just got on a bike when you're tired.
That's great.
Since our inception, you know, we started out selling hundreds. Then we started out selling thousands, now we're selling tens of thousands.
Wow.
So not quite 100,000 yet, but we're heading in that direction.
So you're like McDonald's almost. You're kind of
you start a little bit
putting that number up there, right?
Growing. If you told me when I started we'd sold so many, we'd been such a phenomenon.
I bet.
Believe it. Our company doesn't have any salespeople. Our places like this don't have any salespeople. We think education is the best marketing, and all we have to do is get people to try them.
Sure.
So we don't encourage anybody to buy one. We don't encourage anybody to rent one necessarily, unless they want an extended ride. Just come and try one. We'll let them take a test ride. We have this little circle here they can go around, and they can go ride up and down the streets here, as we'll experience in a little while, and you'll see. I understand, Anna, you've never ridden one, right? So we're going to get her first. We're going to see how well she reacts, and I guarantee the smile will come across her face.
It will, I bet.
So one thing we can't stop. We can't stop the smiles, people.
Free smiles.
Excited. I know it's going to just smear all over my face, a giant smile. I love riding bikes.
You know, some people, when you say, what's an electric bicycle, they're thinking it's a scooter or something like that.
Right.
And in fact, they look exactly like a bicycle. And we have all kinds of shapes and sizes, depending on the type of person and what kind of bike they want to buy, whether they're big fat tire bikes or small bikes or medium-sized bikes, and they come in all different colors. So it's kind of like buying a pair of shoes. You need to try it
Right.
on.
Well, Don, it's a beautiful day. I mean, what do you think we should do next?
Well, if it were me, I suggest that we pick out the bikes that you guys want to ride, and then we'll
Sounds
go
good.
for a ride. I mean, how else better could you experience?
I mean,
I agree.
I completely agree. Let's do it.
I know you guys are excited.
We are.
There's a couple of things I have to tell you first before
Okay.
we head out there into the wild.
Okay.
The first thing I have to do is explain how the bike works. So it
Absolutely.
works just like a regular bike. You know how to pedal?
I do.
You know
I
how
do.
to steer?
I do.
And most importantly, you know how to brake.
Absolutely.
So we brake with our hands on these bikes. You can't pedal backwards. If you do, you're just going to pedal backwards. It's not
Okay.
going to slow you
Okay.
down. So you grab the handbrake
Great.
levers to stop. There's also a shifter there. We don't need to worry about that today
Okay.
for today's ride. But if you were in more arduous terrain, you might want to
A little more advanced. Okay.
So now what we want to do is know how the throttle works, and it basically works by hitting this handle here, and then the wheel turns.
Oh.
That's
Very
what
cool.
makes the wheel turn.
I like.
Good to know.
And you don't need that until you're ready to get some power. But you can start off pedaling, or you can start off by simply hitting the throttle and it'll take you away.
Oh.
Okay, so you want to sit on it, see how it feels?
Sure. Yeah. Yes, I do.
And then the mountain bike you picked right there works exactly the same.
Do you have
Sounds
to get on
good.
it like a
Perfect.
horse, like
You
from
can
the
do that
left
if you
side?
want. You can just step into it like that. Now, how's that? Does that feel comfortable?
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah, it does.
All right, so you're going to ride that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride this one. What do you think, Dan?
Love it.
I'm not gonna fall. I'm not gonna fall. I'm okay. Okay.
Woo! Love that pedal assist.
Oh yeah, do you have it on?
I do. I got on one.
I'm gonna put mine on one
It's
too.
amazing. Just one.
Pedal assist.
Magic.
Here it goes. Okay, so Don, what would you, like someone who's never ridden one of these bikes before, what's one thing that they would be surprised to know about this bike?
Well, I think the first thing they'll be surprised is how easy it is to ride. What do you think, Anna? You were nervous before? Are you having trouble now?
No, I was so nervous, and this is so awesome. It's not hard, it's wonderful.
What do you like best about it?
Well, good question. I love the pedal assist, which I have on right now, level 1. So I start pedaling and it starts, the battery kicks in. It's awesome.
And Danny, what do you like about it?
You know what, Don, honestly, you kind of mentioned before just a sense of a little safer feeling. I'm digging that because I feel like I have the option, if I need to get away from a car that's kind of coming, I can just kind of hit that assist or hit that little turbo twist thing here and, dart out of the way if I need to.
I love that.
What do you think, Anna, when somebody gets in your way, what do you think you need to do?
Well, if someone gets in my way, I would just slow down. Is that the right answer?
No, wrong answer.
Okay.
So the right answer is you'd want to ring a bell, right?
All right, I would ring a bell. Where is the bell? You have a bell on this?
So just check next to your left finger and see what you see.
Okay, I see it.
You got a bell? Ah, there you go.
We don't put a bell on that bike. They would laugh at you.
Does it
Maybe
get
like an
annoying
air horn
at
on this
some
one.
point?
Kind of like
Does
at
this
a
get
sporting
annoying?
event.
We can ring bells, but poor Danny doesn't have a bell.
Besides like safety, which is really important,
Right.
what are some other benefits to pedal assist?
Well, pedal assist allows you to get that little bit of sense of power while you're still pedaling.
Right.
So, right now you're not pedaling, and a lot of customers, I tell them if they're not pedaling, I'm going to take the bike away.
Uh-oh, I'm taking off pedal assist.
There's no reason not to
Now
pedal.
I'm pedaling.
I was just coasting as you were saying that.
Just coasting.
Now I'm pedaling backwards.
So the pedal assist is like a gentle push. It would be like if I went behind your back and just gave you a push. Okay?
Got it.
So they say on a bike,
Great
if you've got a
point.
motor, that's not a bike, but in fact it is. It's everything a bike. A bike consists of two wheels and pedals. And
Right.
This bike has both of that, so it is a bike. The fact that we get a little bit of assistance shouldn't be to anybody's detriment, and it certainly opens the field of cycling to so many more people.
It absolutely
that otherwise
does.
would not ride a bike, and I'm a perfect
That's
case in
true.
point. While I may look like I'm in my 50s, I'm really 85. And it's because I've been riding these bikes all the time. It seems to me.
Keeping the youth in you.
I'm really 55.
Depending on the battery you put in it, it'll take you anywhere from 20 miles to 60 miles without pedals.
That is incredible.
So it's it's going to take you further than you want to go. So range is not a problem on you. You can always get enough range. And if you pedal, it'll take you hundreds of miles. So the thing that I discovered when I lived at the top of the hill, that all of a sudden I became addicted. I wanted to go everywhere on my bike. I rode it to lunch, I rode it to business meetings, I rode it recreationally. All of a sudden I realized my car was getting half the amount of mileage on it because I was running all errands. I wasn't having to go to the gas station
So
anymore.
cost savings benefit there.
Oh yeah, especially if you use it to commute. And some people have actually gotten rid of their car and learned that they can live with a Pedego and use it.
Really?
I go everywhere I want. I got Pedego.
So are you starting to see more of that in areas where people are like, you know, I don't need a car anymore. I have.
In densely populated areas. Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
People learn to get rid of it. Or if it's a family that has 2 cars, they learn that they can get rid of it. This is very important to me.
Okay.
Did you guys have fun today?
Oh man.
Absolutely the best. The best time I've ever had.
I had a blast, Don. Really great time today with you.
So I got a special offer for all the people who watch the show.
Really?
And if they come down here to Pedego Huntington Beach, which is at 5th and Olive in Huntington Beach, and they use the secret password WOW, they get a 1-hour free ride.
Serious?
What?
That's
Wow.
amazing.
That
is very
amazing.
generous of you guys.
Wow?
I mean, wow. It's here in OC.
Wow, I think they will.
I think
and you
they
guys
will.
need to come down here and
Yep.
check these bikes out. They are amazing. They're a blast to ride, and that's a great deal right there.
So fun.
So what do you guys think? Should we go for one more ride?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Okay, so girls first.
All right, I'm pulling on my throttle here, and I'm just gonna go.
Away we go. Well, there you have it, folks. Another episode of Wow, That's an OC. It's been a blast.
As usual. And thank you for joining us on our look back. Until next time, I'm Anna Chapman.
And I'm Danny Hitt, and you've been watching Wow, That's an OC. Hey, you want to disappear again?
No, Danny. No more disappearing.
Come on. Look, we got all our molecules back.
Yeah, luckily. I mean, I don't want to have to hold you again for 20 minutes in the dark no man's land.
I got over it eventually. Once you fed me.
After you sucked your thumb for like 5 minutes.
Took me for a walk.
Yeah. It's just not a
But
good.
it was fun.
It's not a good look on him.
It's not. She's right. You're right. I'm wrong. It's not.
Yeah.
Good.